Hi guys, my name is Gabriella and I just want to say welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've been watching my videos for a while or if you're new, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and let me just jump right in. So today's video is about three tips to finding godly community. So tip number one. Tip number one to finding godly community is to join a church or a campus small group. So my closest friends now are the friends that I've met when I was in college, and I met them at my church or I met them on my campus ministry. And my tip and my advice to you, if you're looking to find godly community, is to first go to church. Church is where you're going to find like-minded people who share the same beliefs as you, who most likely are headed in the same direction in terms of your spiritual growth. And your friends at church or campus ministry can help keep you accountable in terms of your spiritual walk. When I first moved to college, like 4 years ago, I think, and it's crazy to say that because I feel like I'm still super young, but like 4 years ago, I was like really lonely. I moved to a new state and it was just hard for me, especially being so young and that being my first time moving out the house. I was lonely, I felt isolated, but I made it a point to join a church right away, and I'm so glad I did because the girls that surrounded me, like they got me out the house. Like we hung out all the time. I didn't have a reason to like be doing ratchet stuff like ratchetness because they were around me and they like surrounded me. The things I was going through a lot at that time as well, and I had them to lean on, and they just encouraged me and gave me solid advice. So definitely keep that as a priority, like especially if you're in college. Like there's a lot going on, and so if there's not if you don't have a church near you, or if you don't have a car, or if you don't even have a campus ministry, I would say go ahead and start one. Like grab some people that you know, make an announcement, go to the Office of Student Affairs or whatever office that deals with that, and ask them if you can start one. And I would say take the lead, and you'll be surprised at how God moves in that decision. Tip number dos: prayer. Ask God to send you the right friends. Ask God to show you who your friends are in this season, for a lifetime, whatever it is that you need, and tell him to send, and ask him to send them to you. Not only that, but pray and ask God to show you who your real friends are and who's not. When I first moved to college, the absolute the first group of friends that I found, they seemed great. They were, we had Bible studies, and we went out to eat and we hung out and stuff like that. But then I remember one Bible study, I found out that their beliefs were different from mine, and it wasn't biblical. And so I remember telling them actually this is what the Bible says, and I don't actually think that what you believe and what you're trying to tell me is true. And they condemned me for that. And so I was still cool with them. I didn't have any bad feelings towards them, but I just distanced myself from them. And naturally and organically, the friendships just fizzled away. And it's common for friendships that are not for you, especially if you're praying for God to reveal those bad friendships or relationships, they naturally fizzle away. And even if you try to force it, or if you try to maintain them, it just doesn't work out. And so keep an eye out for that and ask God to bring you the right friends, and not only that, but to show you who your true friends are. Tip number 3: become the friend that you want. To have the friends you want, you have to be the friend that you want. This is a hard one, right? Are you unforgiving? Are you unloving? Are you inconsistent? Are you jealous? Are you envious? Are you gossipy? It's one thing to be struggling in one of those areas, but it's another thing to be you embody these things, and you have no problem with that. So godly friends want people that they can go to, want people that they can lean on, want people that will sharpen them as iron sharpens iron. So if you are embodying all these negative characteristics, don't sit around thinking that you're going to maintain these friendships, because bad company corrupts good character. And if the friends that you want have good character, or you want them to have good character, then your bad company is not, it's gonna ruin the whole bunch. Like a rotten apple ruins the whole bunch. So no one wants to be around a negative, like bad mouthing like person. So I would, my last tip, and I honestly think it's one of the most important, well, all of these are off, but is to be the friend you want. And it goes for even romantic relationships. You're praying for a spouse, you're praying for a husband, you're praying for a wife. Become the spouse you want, become the one as you're praying for the one and as you're preparing for the one. In essence, bear the fruit of the spirit, and you will naturally attract people that are like that, people that bear those same fruits. And then those friendships will begin to blossom. This is a bonus tip, but social media has some negative sides to it, but a positive side is that you can connect and just link up with tons of people across the world. So if you're struggling to find godly friendships in your town or in your city, look on, like, who are you following on social media? Like, do you follow any believers? Maybe you can like DM someone you know and ask them, hey, I'm in this city, like I need some friends, like let's link up, let's go out for coffee. Can I go to your church? Like things like that, so that you never know who you can meet. Like I've met some bomb people on through social media or through a friend of a friend. So I would say be open to that happening. You never know how God will bring your friends, your best friends, your bridesmaids, your best mans, your groomsmen into your life. I am so grateful to have the bombest, like the best friends and sister group around me. Like they challenge me, they encourage me in the Lord, they are here to pray for me, and I just love them so much. I'm so, if you're one of them and you're watching, I just want to say thank you so much for your support. And honestly, I'm dedicating this YouTube video to you, sissy. Thank you everyone for tuning into my YouTube video. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.